Welcome to 3Bs on a Mission.
Yeah, welcome.
Today's episode is sponsored by Deep Breaths and Side Eye. Divinely guided and mildly feral. Okay? So that's what you're in for today.
Holy shit.
And
Three
with
B's and a
that,
B.
yeah, Mr. B. 3Bs and a Mr. B. I like that.
Yeah, he's down here.
Okay, so speaking of mildly feral, I already got a preview of some of your affirmations. So I'm going to start with that with you two. Whoever wants to go first.
I think you should go first.
You think I should go first?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Lock up for this one.
She gets 2 today for being a good girl.
I get 2.
Okay. Do your 2.
So my first one is my gut knows what's up. I will trust that bad bitch.
Yes.
And guess what? Yeah, that's going to be, that's some of what we talked about last week, and we're going to kind of touch on that again this week a little bit. So there you go.
Yep. Yeah, that's a good one.
Okay.
Yeah, I can touch all over that. Also, I am brave and fierce, and I can do hard fucking things.
Yeah, yes, you can.
Yes, I can.
Listen, this whole journey is a hard fucking thing, okay? And if you're still breathing and you're still making it and you're still alive and you're still sane, then you can do hard fucking things. Let me just tell you right now, okay?
True. Yeah.
So let's go there. Okay, Tali, what you got?
I don't have to be perfect to be fucking awesome. Isn't it? I think it's so great. I think it's perfect.
This is big facts. You know what? And I felt like, okay, because you're talking about the becoming. First of all, I'm hunting for the mouse the entire time I'm talking, because now it's my mission to find this fucking mouse that I don't think I even put in this bag. But anyways.
Oh my God, I just totally had okay, never mind. I just had a really inappropriate that went through my head.
Because I'm digging down. Oh my God, it's a bag.
Hunting for the mouse. There's a lot of people that can't find the mouse in life. I'm just saying. Literally, that was the voice that just went through my head.
What'd you say?
Somebody's got jokes. Okay.
All right.
I'm
well,
just saying.
Screw it. We don't have a mouse. So whatever.
That's okay.
Okay. No, because we talk about like the beauty of the becoming, and you know, like we're non-filtered, literally and figuratively. Whatever we're so non-filtered, like you see all of our like not great. Okay, all of that, right? We're not filtered, but you're gonna also see this start transitioning, and it is the becoming. And the more confirmation we get, I'm telling you, it's starting to make me glow so fucking hard.
Right? Have you had a moment yet, either of you? This happened to me actually today. And have you guys had a moment yet where like you look in the mirror and it's almost like you don't recognize yourself? Have you had that happen yet physically? It's weird.
Tell you're not even
I don't
on
know,
camera, girl.
I don't know what that is. It just must be an inside out thing.
Yeah.
But I had a moment this morning when I, was just like kind of getting ready for the day. And like I glanced up and I looked at myself. I was like, wait a minute. Like for a minute, it was like, wait, that's not the reflection I'm used to seeing, or I have been used to seeing for a while. Something is changing. And it's for the better. Like you're saying, it's like, hey, that's glow up, girl. Get ready.
Get that glow on, girl.
And I have a feeling, I don't know. I've been having this feeling recently for us, and I don't know what this is yet, and I don't have anything behind it. It's not like I've seen visions or anything. This is clear cognizance. This is just knowing. I don't know what this knowing is yet, but I have a feeling that maybe middle or toward the end of the year, we're going to be doing some traveling. I don't know what that means. I'm just sharing it right now.
Passport's on the way. So
Yeah,
as soon as I
matter
got
of fact,
settled in my new place, that
yep,
was like my first thing. Like yesterday,
yeah,
I went 7 different places.
yep,
And this is somebody, and by somebody, me, I did not go out of the house. I would order groceries, pick them up, whatever. I didn't go out. And for me to have an entire day out at multiple stores and have, doors held open for me and like
mhm,
the vibes
they
were
should.
so good
Yep,
everywhere I went, where I was like,
yep,
you know what? It's because I'm back to me and game on. Um,
yep, yep,
I just love I am just going to say this. I loved the confirmation I received this week. I am thankful for that confirmation because 2 months before I left the situation I was in, I told you both and a couple other people exactly what was happening. I had no proof. I had no anything. I didn't know, and you both knew that. You both knew
mhm,
I had no proof.
yep,
And then
Sugar they
5
butt.
days after I left, it showed up. The exact
uh-huh,
thing I said. Oh, now,
yep,
like, hey, thanks for feeding my delusion or whatever you want to call it,
yep.
because um
It's not
this is on
delusional.
point.
It's called
This it
intuition,
isn't.
bro. And
It
when it's
isn't.
on fire, it's fire. Okay, I'm just telling you
Yes.
right now. And so
And
it's
my
about
fire is
learning.
turning up.
That's right, and so so you're gonna be tested more and more, and the more that you'll trust it, and the more that they'll bring it through, and the more that they bring it through, the greater level of trust you're gonna have, and then maybe there'll be a longer waiting period between what you know and what is confirmed, and like, but that's the training I've been in, and like I told you, like I've got some big knowings. I'm just like,
Yes.
I don't know how
Yep.
long I gotta hold it, and they're like, well, you hold it because this is what's building your faith, and I'm like, oh, fantastic,
Well, and
fantastic,
here's the other thing. We record weeks before these are seen. So
yes,
nobody can say that you already knew because it's happening or whatever. But
nope,
I will also for the record say today, us three know what today is, the date, the actual date, not the day it drops. Today my twin came online. I will tell
there
you,
you go.
today, my twin came online. I woke up and I know what coming online is because we are the same. And I woke up with a fury today.
Hmm.
And it's not me. I am
That's
good. And
funny.
I know what that fury is.
Yep.
So good luck. Good luck to anybody who crosses that right now. Cause
Yeah. Yeah. I don't yeah, my coming online was very different. Mine was very
yes,
emotional.
yours is all very emotional and
Mine is
whatever.
very
Mine is
emotional,
toe to
watery,
toe
and
with 6'2",
brokenness. Okay.
280.
Yeah. I mean, yours comes with like
Mine was
fire and
very
fierceness and
yes.
whatever else. Like it comes to fight,
It's
I guess.
protection. It's the
Yeah.
protector in you that comes out. Again,
Yeah.
my twin is very sweet, but I will tell you
You don't
this.
wanna mess with
There
them,
was 2
obviously.
situations that when we were in each other's presence happened that were discussing about, whatever.
Right.
That required a reaction, we'll say, okay?
Right.
And the
Yeah.
first one I reacted to, and
Yep.
I was on fire, and he was the one like, "Okay, calm down, like, it's alright." The second one is when I saw that side of him, and
Mm-hmm.
he
Here you are.
that
Here it
side,
is.
and I'll tell you what, when that's
Man.
online and he knows who he is, good luck.
Well,
Good
mine's
luck.
out there floating around. I don't know what the heck.
Right.
Okay. If she follows my pattern of coming online,
Mhm,
shoot.
mhm.
If that's
She's
how
gonna
that
have a
works,
whole
I don't
meltdown.
know. But oh yes. Yes. That's what's gonna happen. And
It's
it's
alright.
just but hey,
We come
that's just the
online
way
a
it
little
happens.
different. We
Everybody
come
comes
online a little
online a
different.
little different. Yep.
But I will tell you though, I will tell you, man, I wonder if the lights are flickering for him because so I was telling them I was actually late to this recording and I was like, I'm just trying to get ready. And I'm in a great mood. I am. And the lights, I was like, could we just stop the lights right now? I mean, they were just going off. And I was like,
Yeah. That's all we need. The
somebody
world
got
needs
you,
two
man.
of you doing that. Great. Perfect. Okay.
I just got
Perfect.
it under where I'm in such a great environment. Like, none of that happened. Like,
Yep.
none of that has happened since I've moved. I have been in such a great state. And then today it's like, it was like a light show. I was like, okay, bro, I can't even see. Like, whatever. I
Crazy.
guess I'm not doing my hair. It just kind of is, kind of isn't. I don't know.
Oh my god, he can't make any of this stuff up, okay? I don't
I
even
can't. You can't.
know where
I
to go
can't.
from
So I'm the
this.
least of the intuitive. So if what I'm saying is coming true, Lord help
I
you
told you.
all when her stuff comes true. Like,
I'm telling you right
mm,
now. I'm just saying, like, I just know. So the thing is like, I've actually, I've just been through it this week with that, and for me, it's come out as anger, which is not
yep.
usually my
Yes.
demeanor.
It's
Like,
Yep.
not you.
Yep.
I'm not an
And I
angry
told you.
person. Yeah, I'm not an angry person, but boy, it is coming out as anger this week. And I am
It
just
is.
like, oh my God, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, I even texted
Nothing's
G,
wrong
I
with
was
you.
like, what is wrong with you? She's like, oh, you're just going through the anger phase. This is the anger
Yep.
phase. I was like, yeah, I had all kind of feelings and things that I was saying. And oh
Yep.
man.
This
Yeah.
But
week
one of
has
the,
been rough,
See,
yes.
Mrs.
And this week has
I think,
been
for
a shit
everybody.
show in the world. Okay.
Yes.
And it's just horrible. Like, so just everything has just been fucked. And
Yes.
but I mean, so yes, that added to it, but that really wasn't my focus. I mean, maybe it just fueled the fire. But oh my
Right.
God, I was just angry. Angry this week. I was angry at everybody. I was angry at Spirit. I was angry at the twin. I was angry at the dog. I was angry. I was just angry. It's like,
Dog.
my God, my kid was making bad decisions. And I was like, I'm angry at you. And I'm angry at you. It's like, I'm
Yep.
just angry.
Yep.
And I'm
I
just
feel
not
you.
that way. I'm just not that way, but I realize that it's a part of the process. Like, it needs to come out. And so listen, I didn't do my affirmation cuz like this kind of went into everything,
Sorry.
but look at my but it's
Sorry.
okay. No, no, no. Look, I'm not even going to go into it. Like, who cares? I got another thing to share, but like, look at these are my dog cups. And so this is my
Oh, those are
affirmation. Look
amazing.
at that. Assert yourself. Look at that little
Just
guy. That's my
pissing on the
bad dog.
hydrant.
That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yeah. So
That's
that's kind of
great.
how these are my
That's kind of
bad
how you're
dog.
feeling.
Yeah, this is what it
Yeah.
is. I don't care. This has been my attitude this
It's
week.
all
So
good.
usually it's like me barely making it, crying, like being the little
Yeah.
salmon or the otter or whatever. And it's around. No, no. This week has been
Sit down.
surrounded by fire. Okay. Okay. Here's a weird thing that's happened. So, G, I sent you one last night. I'm just going to do this thing real quick because I don't know what the significance is, but you kind of mentioned this a while ago, G, where you're like, hey, have you ever listened to songs that were important to you back in the day and like listen to the lyrics now or whatever? And I was like, no. And like, I just moved on. Well, all of a sudden that starts surfacing this week. I don't know why. I haven't listened to some of these songs since I was like in high school. Okay. Like high
Yes.
school or like early college. Okay. 90s
Hmm.
vibe. All right.
Yes.
And all of a sudden it was like, why is this coming up? Like, why is this coming up? Okay.
Hmm.
So there are two songs in particular. The first song is, okay, Sarah McLachlan. Let me just tell you something about Sarah McLachlan. Okay. This woman was all the way my gay awakening. Okay. I'm just saying.
The Lilith Fair.
Oh, I went to every Lilith fair. I went to every single one. And do you know how many amazing artists that did you ever go to one, Tolly? Did you go to a Lilith fair?
Nope.
You
I
didn't.
always
Okay.
wanted to. They always
I was
had
gonna
amazing freaking artists.
oh my God. I saw Missy
And
Elliott.
lots
I
of
saw
cute little
Paula
gays running
Cole.
around.
I saw, Natalie Merchant. I saw, I saw the Pretenders. I saw Emmylou Harris. I saw you you name it. It was like 14, 15 hours of music. Like, you didn't
That's
even
awesome.
leave. I mean, it was like you got there at like 9, 10 in the morning. You didn't leave until like midnight or something like that. I don't know. Sarah was obviously always the last set. I have seen Sarah McLachlan more in person than any other artist ever. Okay. Because
Right.
I was
But never the
obsessed.
lyrics you never heard or
Mm-mm. No, and so
yeah.
listen, I owned all of her CDs. And matter of fact, I wore each one of those suckers out that I had to buy them 2 and 3 times. Okay, because you got your CDs scratched or
You
you
were
played
her
them too
top.
much or
You
whatever.
were you the president of her fan club?
No, I wasn't, but
You should
so
have
I
been.
wasn't even listen, I wasn't even out then. Like, I wasn't out. But I'm telling you, I remember the feeling of like This woman is the most incredible human being on the face of the earth. Oh my God, I had such a gay crush on her. And she's not even gay, okay? She's straighter than straight, okay? But there was just something about her energy, her vibe, and it was like that was my gay awakening. It was like, okay, why do I feel some sort of way about this woman? Okay.
Yep.
But so one of her songs came up in my world again. Like I haven't listened to her music in decades. Okay. I was totally obsessed with her and then I moved on and grew up and figured myself out. But so her song Sweet Surrender came up and it came up like 3 times this week. Okay. That's weird. Okay. Like I just hearing it.
You
And I
don't
was like,
hear it,
okay,
and then all of a sudden it's playing all the
yeah. I
time.
mean, this song, okay, listen, this song came out, I'm pretty sure in like I don't know, like 94, 96, like somewhere around there, okay? But when
Mhm.
I'm like young, like high school, going to college, starting college, somewhere in there. All right, so I was like, okay, there's got to be something with this. I pull up the lyrics to the song, okay? Listen to this. It's so the first verse is doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean anything at all. The life I've left behind me is a cold room. If this isn't about awakening, I don't know what is.
Yep.
And then, goes into sweet surrender, is all that I have to give is the chorus, right? And then take me in, no questions asked. You strip away the ugliness that surrounds me. Are you an angel? Am I already that gone? I only hope that I won't disappoint you. Okay. All right. I listened to this and I was like, this song used to be one of my favorite songs during that whole time. I was like, okay, this is nuts because now I listen to this and I'm like, I can't not hear that this is an awakening song. Like, I don't
Yep.
know that that's what she meant by it, but that's the way it's resonating with me now, having gone through this. And then the other one, which I sent to you last night, that started
Yep.
resurfacing, and I know this one was when I
Katie
was in
Lang.
high school. This was like in
Yep.
92. The song Constant Craving by Katie Lang. Oh, that song was wildly popular in the 90s. Okay. And I always dug her vibe. I also have seen Katie Lang twice. She's incredible. And so she's an incredible human being, incredible artist. This song starts surfacing. I hear this song in the same week and I'm like, what about this song? All right, this same thing. I said, this is G. I go, okay, tell me if I'm not hearing this right. All right. So the lyrics to this is like,
Yep.
even through the darkest phase, be it thick or thin, always someone marches brave here beneath my skin and constant craving has always been. Maybe a great magnet pulls all souls toward truth, or maybe it is life itself that feeds wisdom to its youth. And then it just goes on with constant craving has always been, constant craving has always been. Oh, listen, if you are on a twin flame journey, you can feel and hear that, right? I was like, why
Yep.
are these things showing up in my life now again?
Yep.
These were songs that I liked when I was in high school or in college. Like, what? And now
Yep.
they are like popping off. Crazy. Did that resonate with you when I sent that to you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I
Uh-huh.
was put.
Because if you want to know what
Oh.
it feels like, that's what it feels like all the time.
Yeah.
Mhm. Okay.
Yes, it does.
Thank goodness that's
Mhm.
coming up for me now. I don't know why, but like Sarah McLachlan. Okay, I was all right.
Told
I
you.
was like, oh hey girl, I was good to revisit her because it reminded me. It's like I forgot like how like obsessed I was with her. Like she is a whole vibe. Okay,
I love
she is
Fiona
just a whole
Apple.
vibe.
Missy said she loved Fiona Apple.
Yeah. And okay, so then I started going down this path. I was like, okay, because like I was like, what was it about Sarah McLachlan that I love? Like I just like, okay, first of all, she's amazing singer-songwriter, obviously, plays piano, plays guitar, like just incredibly powerful human being, okay? And like
Yep.
you if you're in any of her shows, like you can feel her. Like she's incredible, okay? And then Fiona Apple, yes, she's amazing. Tori Amos, like same thing, same vibe. Like that woman was fire. Okay.
Yep.
It's just like I've just always like had that kind of pull toward these singer
Yep.
songwriters that are amazing. I don't know. It just resonates. So, anyways, I'm grateful for them. Okay. So, our come up this week is your soul is your greatest asset. Okay. So here's what I mean by this. We've talked about this a lot in past. Like you don't come to earth empty. You arrive fully loaded. And that means like with your whole purpose, you're encoded with light, your frequency, your memory, everything comes with you in your soul. Like it is like perfect. Okay. And awakening is the moment that you realize, okay, that you've been walking around like a billionaire who forgot their password. And I know it doesn't feel like that at first, but like it does over time, apparently. We're just not there yet, but apparently that's what's going to happen. And it's like if you've talked to somebody who's been awakened for a while and they figured this out and they've gone back to themselves and they understand how all this works, yeah, they're going to tell you, yeah, man, you wait until that locks in because your life is going to be like you wouldn't believe. Okay. So it's what we have to look forward to. See? So there you go.
I'm
But
getting
okay,
there. I'm definitely getting there.
exactly. And it's just like, yeah, and that's what happens. Is like you can't rush it, you can't force it. It's got its own timeline. You're just walking it every day, okay? And every day, like I'm going to tell you, like when you're going through dark night and you're in the early stages of awakening, it feels like Groundhog Day. Every day you get up and you're like, okay, yeah, sure. I'm manifesting all these things, I'm affirming all these things, but it is like literally Groundhog Day every day. Oh no, except for then you get more heartache or you get anger or you get whatever the
Yep.
hell else that you're going to be
It's
dealt.
fitting process. You have to go through the
My
entire
God.
grieving process.
Oh my God, I'm telling you. But listen, the thing that is always consistent that never stops are the feathers, the numbers, the signs. Thank goodness. And then it's like, even this week, I was like, I don't even want to look at a clock. I don't even care. I don't know. I don't
Yep.
listen. I know I have to be places at certain times. I'll be like, listen, I just started setting alarms with Alexa because I was like, I'm not looking at clocks. I don't care. I don't want to see all the double numbers, triple numbers, whatever. I'll just ask
Yep.
her to set alarms today. It was a week.
Yes.
I don't know. Uh,
Yep.
but okay. So the reason that you don't feel like you're locked and loaded and like you've got this amazing soul and purpose and like, things are popping off is because you've lived your whole life thinking that you're a human meat suit with a soul. Okay? Not a soul that is having an avatar human meat suit experience. Okay? Do you see
Mhm.
the difference there? It's like we're taught that like you're this one person, you got a soul. Okay, do your best, try not to like be shitty to people and and then when you die, like your soul's going to like go out from your body and go somewhere hopefully amazing or really hot, I don't know. And but when you start to awaken and you start to understand this, they flip your understanding. It's like, no, no, no. You were always a soul first, that you chose to come and have a human meat suit avatar experience. So when your mindset starts to change, where you're living as a soul that's having a human experience instead of a human you just happen to have a soul, that's going to
Yeah.
change everything in your life,
Yep.
okay?
It does.
Because you're going to look at it very differently. And
Mhm.
when you live as a human, you live from the energy of your mind and ego, and you live in fear, okay? And so that's very different. Like the soul, as we've talked about, it sheds all that stuff and it's like, it doesn't know any of that. It's like, what? But if you're living as a human, you're going to have tons of like fear and anxiety and like worries and all kinds of stuff because that's the human experience. That's not the soul experience. So, the difference is like when you arrive on earth, you are a unique and divine expression of source, God, creator, however you want to say it. Your soul is this pure, unconditioned consciousness. Okay. We are light beings. All right. And like we come and we are this divine, unique expression of source that never changes, like you just are. And so before you have language or before conditioning or before fear, there's only presence and light. And you know how you know this? Look at a baby, look at a young child. They don't have a care in the world. Every
Yep.
child begins as like a radiant expression of the soul. Children are curious, they're creative, and they're free to create and express as they want. They don't have any fear of anything. And that's how we come to the earth. But that's your original state, and we're born whole. But then slowly the world begins to tell you who you should be. Okay. They do that by teaching you, like you learn. This isn't just me, like this is all of us, right? We learn what's acceptable. We learn what earned you approval? What parts of us that we should hide or keep to keep ourselves safe so that we're not ridiculed or rejected or abandoned for being who we are. And so we learn all that programming. And it's really interesting. And I wrote this down is like, do you remember? I don't know, like, gee, I know you would remember this. Tell me, I don't know if you would. So I remember like growing up in church and we would go to Sunday school. And do you remember the song, like, This Little Light of Mine?
Yes.
Okay. So, like, and a
Course.
lot of people
I'm
probably
gonna
know
let it
that, right?
shine.
Yeah. I'm going to let it shine. I'm going to let it shine. And then it goes like, hide it under a bushel. No, I'm going to let it shine. Okay. How ironic is that we're singing about letting our little light shine and learning
Yes.
just the opposite in religious
Yes.
systems. What
Yep.
the fuck? Okay.
Yep.
And we're like innocent
Because
little
it's
children.
got to be right in front of your face. It's got to be right in front
I'm
of your
telling
face.
you, there is nothing more crazy
It's almost like
than
it's
that.
almost like a sick joke. Like, let's
It is.
see
And
how
it,
veiled they can be, because we'll start knowing when they're becoming unveiled, because it's literally right in front of their face. So if we make it so obvious, then they're going to doubt themselves because it is so obvious.
you know what? I just had this vision of like being in the
What?
church, okay, as a little kid singing This Little Light of Mine, I'm going to let it shine, and then yelling out, I'm gay. Like in the church. Could
That
you
would be
imagine what happened then?
amazing.
It's like, I'm
That
not
would
going to
be
hide
that would
this
be
under
Your
a
awesome,
bushel.
exorcism.
right?
Right?
Yep.
And then, like, can
As
you
the
imagine
music
me
just
being
is
like, can you imagine
The
me
organ
saying,
player
like the organ
passes
player
out.
goes, what? What?
can you
Who said
imagine me
that?
being like,
You need to go.
hide it under a bushel? No, I'm going to let my
I'm gonna
gayness
let
No,
it
I'm gonna let
shine.
this shit shine, girl. Come on now.
It's like, what? No, they meant like, I'm going to let it shine, but with some conditions, okay? Like within the boundaries, you can let your light shine. But that really was part of my light. That's always been part of my light, you know? It's like,
Yep.
but no, we're not going to let that shine. But I just had that vision. That was hilarious.
Well,
But
you were talking about, children being taught language, whatever. Language is something that I actually, it's a conspiracy. Like,
okay.
the biggest conspiracy theory that you can even imagine. Just think, like, talk about in your face, right? So obviously in the 5D, we communicate telepathically. So language isn't a
Yep.
thing.
Right.
We don't speak. We don't. And now on Earth, we have different languages and just look at the English language, read
Yeah.
and read, lead and led. So
Yeah.
you can misinterpret even your own language
It's very true.
with voice inflection so it keeps us separated, not only within different cultures, but it also keeps us
Barriers.
separate within our own culture
Yep. Yep. Totally
because
agree.
of,
Soul
do you
language is
understand what
totally
I'm saying?
different.
Like,
Yeah, because soul
so,
language is totally different. Like
yeah,
it's felt before it's heard, and
yes,
it's like that's how then if you connect with anybody telepathically, those of us that are very lucky to do this,
thank God.
the people or the person that you connect with, and anybody who's watching us that can or has connected with people telepathically, you will know because their energy, their spirit carries, it's like a fingerprint. Like as soon as that energy hits me and comes into my field, before a word is even uttered, I know who it is.
Yes.
I know who it
Yes.
is.
Yep.
And that energy does not lie. I can feel them.
Yes.
I'll be like, oh boy, here comes somebody.
That's how I knew who my spirit guide that had just showed up for me was.
Yes.
And then
yes.
when
Yep.
you
Spirit
when
guides.
you were like, hey, because we talked about it on the last one, how you said like you were gonna come out and do some readings for us or whatever. And that ended up not happening right then because of weather
Right.
and whatever. But
Right.
later on when you did the reading for me and you said, my God, you have this spicy spirit guide. And I said,
Yeah.
I know exactly who that is.
Huh?
And it
Oh yeah. Yeah, you
absolutely.
do.
And
You
then
do.
she showed up. Like
Yep.
she showed up. I can't
She'll
even
show herself, right? It's like it's funny
make
how they do
that.
that.
Yes. Yep.
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
they
That
want to be
was
known your spirit guides actually want to be known and they want to be useful. They wait for you to engage them and ask them to help. Like they
Yeah.
live to do that. Like now, like on the other side, they really do want to help guide you. So once I
Yep.
started to understand that, I was like, oh, you know what? You got me on a spicy week. Okay. You got me on an angry week. Hey, spirit guides, I'm gonna need you to send me all kinds of things. And I'm gonna need you to visit this person and that person. And I want to know about this and that. So
Meanwhile, I'm
apologies
like
to anybody who's
skipping
connecting me
around.
to this week.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm out here skipping around, like doing all the things that I haven't done in a couple years. And I'm just
Yeah.
like feeling so good. And I'm like, okay, good. And like all of a sudden, like my spicy telepathy, like
Yep.
rocks. Like it comes in rocking. I'm like, oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah, like I didn't know who the spicy person was for you, and like I started setting my intentions, calling in your spirit guides, and then starting to do a reading for you, and I hear them say, "Why are you doing all this shuffling? We already know what we want to say." I'm like, "Oh my
And that's
gosh, I
her.
don't
That
know
is
who
her.
this is."
300%.
Oh
That
my
is her.
gosh. I was like,
300%. Yep.
"Okay." I just was like,
That's
"Okay, well
pretty
She's
you
just
need to
like,
awesome.
hold
I'm
on a
gonna need
minute."
you to.
I just push
Then
back.
I actually just today when we were just talking about it again, I finally
Yep.
made the connection that um when because I hadn't seen my twin physically in years, and when I actually had that encounter where I just saw him in passing, that was when she passed away.
That's crazy.
And I feel
There
like
is
she
no
was like,
coincidence.
hey, stupid. Like, I need you to know who this person is. Wake the
Mhm.
fuck up. And she is this spicy bitch and I love her.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so our soul is an asset, and we have what I'm saying is our soul is an asset, and we have our spirit guides that are definitely protecting that asset.
Yeah, they do. They do at all costs, you know. And the problem is that we're down here defeating ourselves because what happens is like when we learn all these conditions about what we need to do to keep ourselves safe and to be accepted and whatever, then that's how your ego forms. And the mask that helps you fit into society of other egos trying to survive at the cost of forgetting who they are too, right? So we've talked about
Yeah.
this a million different ways. Like all of a sudden you're swimming with all the fishes and then you get spiritually awakened and they're like, hey, you're a salmon, you got to go back up. Hey, drop the mask, remember who you are and start swimming
Yep.
upstream, and everybody else is
Yeah.
going the other way and they're like, hey, no, we forgot who we were, and girl, you just fit in, like you just do what you got to do, right? And so
Ain't nothing about us fits anymore. Nothing.
no, because we don't live where they are shedding the ego, okay? Like we talked about in
Yes.
the Dark
Yeah,
Night of
yeah.
the Soul. Hey, good luck. If you are going to go through or you are going through a Dark Night of the Soul, you will understand and probably laugh with us and resonate that like, oh yeah, good luck, hang on to your ego. Like they don't
Yeah.
have any of that left
Yep.
because your ego suppresses the pure, unique, divine authenticity of your soul. That's what
Mm-hmm.
happens. That's what all the
Yeah.
conditioning is. And the, hey, you got to be safe. And hey, Wendy, you can't be in the church choir, singing like this little light of
A light of
mine,
mine.
I'm gay, like, no, no, you
I
hide
don't see
that
why you
shit.
can't.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
It's
you
like,
don't hide that
well,
shit.
Running
I
up
didn't
and
either.
down the aisle.
Yep.
But you're taught that from a young age, or like, hey,
Yes. Yeah.
gee, like you need to not speak up so much. You need to be quieter. You need to be more
Yeah.
like a lady. You need to not express your opinion. You need to, when you do that, like Wendy, you're creative. That's weird. Like you can't be creative. Or hey, you're too emotional, or whatever the hell it is,
Yeah.
right? It's just like all these things that we learn to like shrink and bury and hide
Yeah.
behind masks so that now, and we'll get to this in a little bit. And I went on a little rant last week. It's like, okay, you want to know how people are living and being in masks? Go on social media. Doom
Yep.
scroll on social
Mhm.
media for a minute. Okay.
You're
That is
getting ahead of yourself with a gutter monkey.
okay. Well, I'm just saying. Okay. Well, we'll get to that. But, anyways, okay, I'll go back. So, here's the thing. Okay. Safety that's built on suppression of who you are inside, okay, eventually turns into suffering. You know how I know? Because I've lived a whole life of it. Okay.
Yep.
As most people before they're awakened, because as you grow older, the ego tries to find things outside of yourself in the world that were lost within. Okay. So, what do I mean by that? So, you realize that you become a person that looks for validation, for love, for success, for relief through external sources. Okay. And so, how do you do that? You chase accomplishments, substances, okay, false relationships. I'm telling you, like, you'll even know it's not even right for you. Be like, whatever, hey, it'll work in
Yep.
the moment. So, whatever,
Yeah.
and like distractions. Oh my God. Like I told you, like, I would grind from like 4 in the morning until like 2 in the morning and sleep a
Yeah.
few hours and then get up and do it again. And then, I was chasing accomplishments in A. And if I wasn't, then I was using substances because then it was like, oh, this is my off time. So
Yep.
now I'm really going to be,
Yep.
lit. Okay. So you
Yeah.
just do that I'm just being honest. I'm just
Yep.
being honest.
Mhm.
Ain't no
Same.
one
So,
judging, girl.
yeah, I'm just saying because that's how we learn to deal with it. Because why?
Yep.
Because you have died inside, or the person that
Yes.
you were supposed to be has been so masked
Dead.
and so performative that this is how you've learned to survive. But here's the deal. And this is going to hit hard because this is the absolute truth for all of us. Every external high fades because no external source can sustain your internal truth. Okay. And so, if you're looking for validation, or you're looking for your next high, or you're looking for your next accomplishment, or your next distraction, it's only going to last a minute, right? And then you're going to be back to feeling that restlessness, that feeling
Yeah.
inside that something's not right in you, or you can't be who you fully are. And you may not even have
Mhm.
words for it. Like I didn't have words for it until I went through an awakening.
Nope.
I just knew that I
Yep.
was discontent. Right. But I just learned to live in the discontentment and just grind and do whatever was ahead of me. And as long as my schedule was full, and as long as I kept moving, and as long as I kept distracted, and as long as I kept, you know, high on other things, like I was good. Right. Like I was good.
Yep.
And
Yes.
then, enter the dark night of the soul,
Fuck that Dark
right?
Knight.
That son of a bitch.
That
My God, that son
motherfucker.
of a bitch, that sneaky motherfucker, it'll come right up on
Yep.
you, right? And the thing
Sneaky.
is as much as I hated it as I was going through it, right? Because you're not gonna love it. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Nobody, like nobody who's gone through it is
No.
gonna be like,
Right.
that Dark Knight was awesome. Like I love it. No.
No.
But you can eventually look back and say, that saved my life. That saved my
Yep.
life. Because my
Yes.
life was never going to change. It was only going to get
Yep.
more and more distracted and, more conditioning and bullshit, right? The dark night of the
Mhm.
soul saved my life because it stripped away all of the ego stories about me and the
Mhm.
masks and the inauthenticity and the external
Yep.
validation that I needed, right? I want to tell you, it strips you right down to nothing. And we've said that 8 different ways to Sunday, right? It puts you in the room
Yeah.
and you don't get nothing. Or it's wrecking your kitchen, it's taking you down to the
Yep.
studs. Okay, whatever it is for you, it's doing all that
Yep.
until all that remains
Ripping
is
people out of
you.
your life. Yep. All of
Exactly.
it.
It's like everything,
Yep.
right? It's like, oh, you
Yeah.
used to be this. No, no, we're going to have
No,
a
you
whole
ain't
new
no more.
purpose for you, and then we're gonna strip you of like all your assets, like everything. Like
Yes.
you can't believe how your life crumbled
Yep.
during this stage.
Oh yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
yo,
And you're like, what is happening around me? Like, how is
my
this? How does
God.
this?
I don't even, you can't explain it. Like all my life, I've been solid. Like I've been doing it. And then all of a sudden it's like everything starts going away because they're like taking everything from you. I don't understand it other than it needed to because it wasn't authentic and they had to rebuild it differently. Okay. So I'm looking forward to the rebuilding. Right. But right now it's like, okay, you're in the studs and framing. It's like, okay, I'm just learning to be grateful because that's the part that you got to learn to be grateful for what you got, and then that will flow to you, right? Because it's like
Right.
then your soul's opening up. So they strip
Right.
you down to so that nothing remains except for you, waiting to be seen, waiting to be acknowledged, loved, and expressed, and the way that you were always supposed to be. But you don't know any of this shit, so now you've got to learn. Then every day is like something different. It's like how I've come on and I was like, hey, guys, have I ever been like an emotional person? You're like, no, hell no. Okay, well, I
Yep.
am now. Apparently,
Yep.
I am now. This
Yeah.
is who I was supposed to be. Like, I'm supposed to be somebody who was empathetic and emotional and like deeply passionate and loving about things. But I was like, man, I learned early, like, you don't be like that. You're going to get walked all over.
Yeah.
No, you don't be like that. And like now that I'm
And where
strict,
when I, you know, when I came online, my natural reaction was fiery and protective.
perfect.
So we know
As a
that
dragon
they,
would be.
right, but we know that, you know, that was so frowned upon with me because I was the fighter or whatever. And I'm like, no, I have to balance that. And I have found balance. And, you know, I'm not a pop off anymore, but
Interesting.
I damn sure am that protector. And I
You know,
know that wholeheartedly.
it's interesting that you say that that's how you came online and that's how your awakening was this
Yes.
fiery, angry, whatever. Because remember when I said the way I came online was like so emotional and
Yeah.
broken, but that's probably the true expression of each of us of who we're going to be in these next
Well,
chapters
and
of our life.
that's why I said, like, that's how I knew. Like, I can tell you without having any physical proof, anything going on right now, I can tell you
Mhm.
my twin came online today. I
Yeah,
can tell
I
you
would
that
imagine you
because
can
that
feel that.
very feeling
Yeah.
that I remember, that it was not me. I woke up to that and I was like, welcome. Oh, you got a long way to go,
Oh,
buddy.
shoot. Oh, shoot.
And whoever is
Black and
standing in
load.
front of that person right now,
Getting
good
an
luck.
earful. Okay. So when you allow yourself to be freely and unconditionally expressed, to laugh, to speak your truth, to feel without filters, you'll realize that you don't need anything outside of you to access your authenticity. Okay. Your wholeness in your soul is your authenticity. And this is the state of being fully yourself without conditions, apologies, or masking. Okay. That is easier said than done. That takes a while to achieve that because my God, the last thing, like, and I even remember like growing up, like the last thing that you were taught to do was be authentic. Like you
Yeah.
just, I remember
Just be
it was so
yourself.
like,
Yeah,
exactly.
no. Until you were yourself.
Right?
No, you know,
Yeah.
oh, be yourself. And then you were
Yeah.
yourself and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
not that.
Hate it.
I mean, be like,
Not that. We're
Sorry.
going to need you to shut up. Don't
yeah,
make weird art. Like, don't, don't burst out in song in the middle of a classroom.
in the
Don't
middle.
feel anything. It's like, no, you feel too much. Like, we don't want that. Oh my gosh. So my daughter, this is hilarious. So she tells me the other day, I don't even know how to feel about this, honestly.
God.
This is
But
great.
so she
Let's hear
goes,
it.
Mom, if you were in my school, you'd be this girl. We'll call her Nancy because that's not her name. Okay.
Okay.
You'd be like Nancy. And I was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Why do you say that?" Okay? And she goes,
Good. Because she's weird.
"Well, I mean, a little bit, I guess,
I'm
but
like,
like
oh, what'd she say?
so why would you say that I would be like Nancy?" And she goes, "Well, she's super, super friendly and she's always so happy. And she's like, when we're in gym class, she's always clapping for everybody and being like, oh my gosh, you got this. Like, you can do it. You should be so proud of yourself." And I was like, okay, hold on a second.
Nancy.
Okay,
Come
but I
on,
was like, okay,
Nancy.
but like, all right, but I had some feels about that because I was like, okay,
Why?
I wouldn't be that person. Like when she
Yeah,
was
you
saying that
would.
Yeah, you
about
would.
me.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I
would.
think you would.
Okay, but I
Yeah.
never was that person. I was quiet. Like I would never have like encouraged people. I would never have, went over and made them
I think
feel better or
now
whatever.
you
But
would.
now my
Yeah, no.
daughter sees that that's who I am now. And I go, "No." I even sat there and I told her, I was like, "No, I'm not like Nancy." She goes, "No, Mom, you really are." I go, "Okay, I got to ask you." I was like, "How do other people feel about Nancy?" And she goes, "Well, she's a little different. They don't know how to take her. They don't know how to take her,
Boy,
but they like her because
people be like, oh, that
she's so
fucking
kind to them."
Nancy.
Exactly. They're like, "She's so
Bless
kind
her
to
heart.
them."
We love Nancy. We
Okay,
love
so I was
Nancy.
like, "Okay, Nancy," so anyways, but that was my first encounter. I was like, "Oh my God."
Oh,
And I argued with her. I was like, "No." I was like, "Livy, I'm not like that. Like I would fit in." She goes, "No, Mom. No, if you were in my school now, that's how you would be. You'd be like, 'You got this. Like you're so great.'" Like, I was like, "Oh, great."
Yep.
I'm
Yep.
that person now. Awesome.
Nah.
So anyway, so yeah, so that's a little story, um, but what it showed me in one was like, okay, I am changing because my daughter sees that apparently. And then I
Yeah.
had some sort of feelings about that, or it was like, no, I don't want to be that. That's not going to be acceptable. Why would I be cheering people on? They didn't ask for that. But that's what you're supposed to do. And it's like, okay. And then I really had to sit with it. And I was like, oh no, you know what? I get it. Like, yeah, that's exactly
Mhm.
what I'm being called to do in this part of my life is to say, you got this. You can return to yourself. You've got this. And I was like, oh, son of a bitch. That is what I'm being called to do. I'm Nancy. I am
Yeah.
You
Nancy
are
in the gym
Nancy.
class now.
You are Nancy in the gym class, and Tully is right there with you. She is
Yeah.
you're
Yep.
you're also
You're a
Nancy in the
Nancy
gym
too.
class, dear. You are. You
You
are.
just haven't
You are.
embraced it yet, but you're gonna be a Nancy.
It's all right.
I'm telling
Don't.
you.
It's
It's all
okay.
right.
You're Nancy
Hey.
too. And then
See, but you
I'm
were
just
I'll
happy
still
about
whoop
me
your
being
ass.
listen, you were happy about me being like, yes, you can do it, Nancy, but now
Yup.
that it's you, you gotta
I'm
be
like,
doing it too.
I mean,
Yeah.
I feel a little like a, dare I say, Nancy and Karen. I don't want any of
No.
those to be too close to
Nancy
each
and a
other.
Karen.
no,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
no.
I
you're
want
not
None
a
of
Nancy to
that.
be
Karen.
all right.
Yeah.
No, okay. So what you are is like you're a Nancy with boundaries, okay? Is like,
Yeah.
listen, I'm a Nancy with boundaries too. Like I'm going to be obviously a cheerleader for people to heal and return to themselves and like be their best selves and see their potential. But if somebody starts being like some sort of way to me, I'm going to be like, "Hey, now meet my queen of swords." Like I'm not going to take their shit anymore, right? So that's okay. That's part of knowing your worth and being, being spiritual royalty, okay?
Sure.
That's what it means to be an empress, right? Or divine feminine. You ain't gonna take that shit no more, okay? I'm just
Yeah.
saying. But it doesn't mean that I can't be a Nancy, I guess. But I was just, oh, fuck, now I'm a Nancy. Great, perfect. I'm Nancy, perfect. But, well, and
Nancy
the
the
other thing
Otter.
is, okay, here's the other thing. Nancy the Otter, perfect.
444.
Here's the other thing that I had to struggle
Yes.
with. And I don't know if this
Mhm.
was something that you had to struggle with or not, G, because like we had a mom who was a pusher. She was a pusher about getting your validation from the opposite sex and having partners, having boyfriends, having somebody in your life until I was gay. And then
Yeah.
she didn't really push that much anymore because I don't think she knew how to do that. But up until that time, she was always
Mhm.
like, oh, Wendy, like, oh, yeah, he's captain of the football team and he's interested in you and he this, that, and the other. And it was like, it was so weird because I remember being like in my natural state, like I could give a shit less. I was like, well, that doesn't matter
Yeah.
to me. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Is he a
Right.
good
Yeah.
person or is he not? Like, I don't,
Right.
and I didn't feel any sort of way about him. Big surprise.
Mhm.
Spoiler alert. I didn't like boys, but I don't care if
Because
it
he
was
had
like,
a penis.
correct.
Right.
But
What
it
she
was like
said.
that was still going to be pushed on me apparently. But okay, even if it flipped, I feel like even if it was like, oh, she's the captain of the cheerleading squad. It was like, yeah, but if she's not a good person, I don't want to be with her either. I
Yeah.
don't
Right.
need that. I don't care who you are. I don't care what parts
Yeah.
you have or
Right.
I'm just
If you're
saying
not good,
yeah, but so, okay, but what that did was it developed this sense in me that just being me and what I needed and who I
Wasn't
was
enough.
not enough. That I needed to find somebody else outside of me to then validate that, like, wow, you're amazing and you're pretty and you're worth spending time with and you're awesome and you're worthy of this accomplished person's time. And it was like, that's what was said underlying. And I realized, like, as I've gone through this now, and the shedding was like, yeah, that's the shit I learned to chase. Right. Because it was like, what? And the thing is most of the people that I did end up spending time with, I got a news for you. I was better than they were. And I just didn't even know it, about myself. And I'm not trying to
Yes.
be any certain way, but like,
you
Mm.
know,
integrity wise, like, and personality, soul wise, heart wise, time,
Yeah.
love, compassion, I gave way more to people than
Yeah.
they ever did to me. And so
Same.
they should have been chasing my validation instead of the other way
Yeah.
around, but that's not the way
Yeah.
it works. right? And so, but
Well,
now
see,
it's different.
I knew it, and that's why I would stay in those relationships. I used to always say it's easier to be with the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Yeah,
And
true.
because we were looked at some sort of way if we weren't in a relationship,
Yeah, we definitely were.
and
We were treated
constantly
different.
questioned.
Yeah, we were treated
So
different.
I would just keep them around. I was like, I know I have no feelings whatsoever about this one. Like I could care less. I could care
Yeah.
less. But hey, don't worry, I'm checking the
Yay.
box off. They're around.
Yeah, isn't that sad? So I don't check no boxes anymore, okay? And I will tell
Girl,
you
please.
that whoever is in my life and aligns with me now is because they align with me, because they
Yep.
show up like I show up.
Yep.
And
Yep.
they give to themselves the way I give to myself. And then it
Yes.
becomes about a soul aligned partnership. It's not taking from somebody anymore. It's not needing something from them anymore. It's like showing up and being their ride or die partner. Like it's
Yep.
about supporting one another and truly enjoying who each of you are and
Yep.
not having to get anything from you. I don't need anything from you. I'm good with me. I am good with me and I don't need it. But I so enjoy being with you. That's the goal, right? So it's like, but think about how many people are not there. I wasn't there. I was never there. And now I think about myself and I think like, yeah, listen, I'd rather be with me than any of that other crap. Like ever
Yep.
in my life ever
Yep.
again. So we were saying something about getting back to your authenticity, but this is what this is. It's like
Just went left.
but it didn't, because it's like this is all the stuff that you're supposed to shed. You're supposed to figure this out. It's like your authenticity, if you reach it, and we've talked about this before, is the highest vibration because it aligns you with your vibration of your soul. It's about being real. It's not about being perfect. It's about being real. And it's like as long as you start coming through and you let the divine like start to show you again, like this is who you are, it means like, and you'll see this a lot, it's returning to the state of I am. It's like I am whole. I am divine. I am a light being that has a purpose. I am a healed soul. I don't need anything outside of me anymore. Your soul isn't something that you need to find. It's what remains when all of the attachments to the ego stories fall away. You're not here to become somebody new. You're here to remove those layers that are preventing you from being who your soul truly is. And so that whatever is left after they've stripped it down to the studs, the I am, you didn't need anything else once you realize that. And for some of us, some of those layers are pretty deep. The validation layer was
Yeah.
really deep for me because I was taught to need validation from so many things. I don't need that anymore. I don't need you to tell me that I'm amazing or that I find value because I'm with this or that or I've accomplished this. Or that. No, because now I'm Nancy, apparently. So now I'm Nancy, just
Cheering on everybody else.
living
Yep.
my best
Mhm.
life, cheering on everybody
Yes.
else. I don't
Yep.
care. And, even in that moment, it was like, I felt a little bit of like, oh my God, like, I can't be that because what are people going to think of me? And it's like, well, there you go. There's some more shedding you have to do because you can't care about that anymore. It's like,
Yes.
okay, perfect.
Yep.
But so that's where I'm going to leave this. Anyways, gee, what do we have for gutter monkeys? Switching topics. All the things that I just talked about. All the gutter
That's
monkeys.
literally all the gutter monkeys. And how is it that you have okay, I know I just had okay, this is free. See? Again, I don't have the mouse. I know I just had this up and now it's not up.
Well, I'll tell you.
I absolutely know that it is people not being real on their socials,
Social media
but it's
posers.
okay. This
Yes.
is it's not up. It keeps bringing up no, it keeps bringing up last week's.
Okay.
So,
Well, so I can tell you kind of what we wrote down.
yep.
So it's like the social media posers or the social media fakes. Okay, you can like basically trip over all of this. Okay, this is everything.
It's
Yeah.
getting bad.
I mean, it's pretty pretty rough. I'm just not even talking about just individuals. I'm talking about companies.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the government. I'm talking about
Yeah.
agencies.
Yep.
I'm talking about inspirational people. I'm talking about even spiritual people. Some of them are posers too. I just got to tell you, because I'm just like,
Yes.
okay, they're out there saying all this stuff, which, okay, yeah, it can be true. Like, so for instance, Dark Night of the Soul. I think we have been very, very authentic about, like,
Somebody
listen,
just went by and laid their horn on.
did they really? Okay. Hey, when I just said we're being really authentic, there's confirmation,
Yes.
Yep,
right?
there
It
you go,
was-
baby.
it
That is
was-
definitely a sign.
I'm just telling you right now, because you can watch some people and they'll be like, oh my God, it's like this or like that. And yeah, you're going to give up some things. It's going to change, but it's going to be so amazing. And if you just
Cute.
keep your energy high and keep your manifestations and your affirmation. Okay, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to call bullshit on all of that, because
Yep.
you will
You gonna pay my
know when you're
bills?
going through a dark night of the soul if your ass is barely making it through the day.
Yes.
Okay.
Right?
You're
Yep.
like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through the day. That's dark night of the soul, because otherwise you wouldn't shed all this stuff, right? Like, it wouldn't take everything from you. He's
Mhm.
going to take everything from you. Okay. And I know, listen, I'm not selling it, because I'm not saying like, oh, hey, you should go through it. It's amazing. No, it's going to suck. And that's why we're here, is that when you start to go
No,
through
it's
it,
gonna suck.
Yep.
that's why you got 3
We're
authentic
not
people.
like the Jehovah Witnesses going door to door being like, you need to do this.
Sign up for
No.
salvation.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
right. No.
No,
We're just
no,
telling you
no.
that once it does hit, good, just come on
Yeah,
over and
come on
we'll-
over. We'll
once-
keep you straight. We'll make sure that,
Yeah.
because when I was going through this too, and they were like, I the first thing I did was I turned to social media to try to find like what the hell was happening to me, like why all of a sudden was I like, I'm serious, like the heartbreak is unreal, like it is
Yeah.
unreal, because it has to go to the very core of who you are, right? And I was trying to find any kind of hope or understanding or whatever. And all I found was like people trying to blow sunshine up your ass, right? Okay.
Yes.
Like saying like,
Yeah.
you just need to manifest more in your energy. And it's like, okay. And honestly, when we
Mhm.
came online with this, and I heard finally from Spirit to say, you're going to do a podcast. And the thing, I mean, they emphasized this with me. It was like, you need to be authentic. I don't care. Like,
Yeah.
if that means that you're angry on a day, fine. If that means that you are absolutely heartbroken and you can barely get through it, whatever. I need you to just show up with these women and you are going to be authentic. And I remember I told you guys that from the very beginning. I was like, I'm not editing that out. Listen, I could have edited all of our crying out
Yes.
and whatever else.
Yep.
No, they
Yep.
told me you leave that in, because that's what people need right now, is that they're so tired of all of this other like pink fluffy bullshit. Okay. And that's spiritual awakening alone. Then you get on Twin Flame. I'm going to tell you right now. Okay.
Fuck that.
And we've already made a pact about this. G and I is like, okay, if we successfully maneuver our way through Twin Flame, we understand it. We're learning as we go. Thank God I have found a couple of like guides now that I really do trust, that I'm like, okay, this is making sense. You know why? Because they're honest. And they're like, this is what's going to happen. And this is what you're doing. And this is how, and you can't do anything else. I mean, and they just lay it on the line, and I share some of that with you, but like, and so one of the things that I find is like every time that you go down a path with these people, and I get it, like some of this is their purpose where they're going to be monetized for doing certain things or whatever. But like when you feel like you are losing your mind. Okay. And so you seek out information because nobody has ever told you about this possibility in your life. Okay. At all, ever. Right. And I was lucky enough to have G. At least she had done a lot of research and understood like what she was going through.
But I did the gutter monkey shit. So when you were talking about the gutter monkey and the social media, I did that.
Okay, so you
was
did
the one I was
constant posting, approval
Yes.
seeking, thirst
Yes,
traps.
validation, thirst traps. Hell yeah. Oh my God, yeah.
My God, right?
Yeah.
Because so you were trying to get his attention to say like, "Hey, notice me."
I knew I had his attention. I saw
Right,
him.
okay.
I knew I
Yeah.
had his attention. But
yeah, I
and
get
that
it.
wasn't it though. That wasn't it. I was just like, I need you to see me so I can tell you or ask you like, what is this or whatever. And
Right, right.
holy shit, I'm like
Because how
killing
many ways
myself.
have
And
how many ways have we said like, "Hey, you can't just call them up and be like, hey, so just so you know,
no,
hey, nice to talk to you. I know we haven't spoken a while, but just to let you know, you are my shared soul." Oh, that sounds weird. Okay, yeah, I know you probably have never heard that before, but at some
if they
point, you're
haven't
going to
hung
start
up
to be.
already, right? Click.
I know
Hi,
you
you're
didn't
my
choose
click.
this. I
You didn't
didn't
choose
either.
it. I didn't choose it.
Yeah,
I
it
don't
just
know.
this is where we're
Did
at.
you
I
get
know.
upset yesterday? Because I really felt a thing.
Yeah, and you haunt me in the night, and so that's
You
been
haunt me in the,
happening for
yeah.
quite some time, and we have arguments. Sometimes we go on dates in the
Yep.
5D. It's incredible. I mean, it's like,
5D dates.
hey, I already know a lot about you,
Oh
more
my
than you
God. Yeah.
probably would know, and you probably would
Yep.
be blown away. I know we've never spent
Yep.
any time together, but like, yeah, I'm gonna know things. You probably will know things about me too. I mean, okay, so like you're trying to like listen, you're trying to make sense out of any of this, right? It's like,
Mm-hmm.
and you, like I told you, like this is really bad. Like the social media presence of this is really bad. And it's like, you know, I went down some really bad paths and they would always end with like, okay, and now you can take my master class on this or my
Yeah.
assessment for this or whatever. And I was like, okay, so you want me to now buy into all of this stuff when I barely am making it. And I now I've got to learn how to do all this other stuff. I was like, okay, listen, G, I'm just going to tell you, if we can make this through successfully and we actually, get to the other side of whatever this journey is
Yeah.
with, the twins, we have to then give back. Like we have to somehow help people without all the fluff and the nonsense and just start to be real with them and be like, okay, this is what it is. Yep. I know you feel crazy. Yes. I know you're obsessively trying to reach out. Yes, I know that you are
Without reaching out,
spiraling.
without saying it, without you just
I know.
see,
Yep.
you just
I know
smiling in
you're
different ways.
you're
You
creating
just,
thirst traps. I know you're constantly posting, all this kind of thing. I know you're performing and I know because like it's so intense and you don't know what to do with it, right? You don't know what to do with it. And
yeah.
that's spirituality too. Like it's not just the twin thing. It's like it's spirituality. Like when you're awakening, it's intense, right? And it's like
Yeah.
you are dying. You are literally dying.
Yes.
And
Yep.
so, and as like, and they're probably taking a lot of things out of your life or people out of your life too. And you're like,
Yep.
I am literally alone. I am literally alone, dying.
Yes.
And so, then you turn to social media and you start to view that through a whole different lens because here
Yeah.
you are learning and being stripped and learning like how bad you've been in life, right? And then you
Yep.
start seeing the people, the thirst traps, the approval seeking. This, like, okay, listen, I'm going to tell you right now for anybody who's watching, energy never lies. And we've mentioned this before, even through a
Yes.
screen. And those of us who
Yes.
can read energy, we can see and feel when it's performative. I
Yes.
can look through people's feeds and be like, "Oh, they're in a bad place. Oh, yep, that ain't
Yes.
right."
I don't care how much you're
You can
smiling. I
feel
don't care.
it.
You
I
can
don't
feel if
care.
it's their own excitement, if they're
Yeah.
trying to share something that is truly authentically making them happy, or if they are just painting on that smile for that one moment to get through it, to get through it. Like
Yup.
lot of like what I had posted, it had nothing to do with what I was posting. It had to do with the music behind it because
Yeah, that
music
too.
is literally what speaks through and to me on most days. So it had nothing. I could freaking post a dog. It didn't matter what it was. It was the music behind it for me. So I pay attention to like all of it. And then once I started paying attention to all of it, I was like, oh, shit, bro, I can't do this anymore. Like I can't. I I want to genuinely be happy for people that have accomplishments and everything like that. But trying to see what they're connecting with them on a social isn't actually what is real. It's
Exactly.
it's not what's real. That's not
Exactly.
what they're truly proud of. That's what their mask has to show that they're proud of. That's
Yeah.
for
Yeah. And so
validation for whatever.
this has been really tough too as a parent. So, like, my daughter is
Yeah.
young. She now has, she's in that tween age stage. And, I've kind of really held the line on her, like, having social accounts right now. And she thinks like
Yeah.
I'm the meanest ever because some of her friends have them and whatever. And I'm
Good for
like, listen,
you.
buddy, I know that doesn't make me popular, but here's the reason I do this because you are in such a formative stage of
Yes.
your identity or
Yep.
self-worth or coming into who you really are as like a
Yep.
young person, and
Yep.
I'm afraid about what that will do to you because
Yes.
you are such an impressionable age that I
Yep.
keep holding the line. You can get mad at me, you can slam your door,
Yep.
you
Yep.
can tell
That's
me
all right.
everybody
Yep.
else has it, but someday you're going to understand why I held the
Yep.
line for you
Yes.
because I
Yep.
want to know that you're at an age where I can trust that you can see things for what they are
Yeah.
and it
Yep.
doesn't affect
Absolutely.
your worth.
I
Okay?
love it.
And
Yes.
I love it.
so
Yep.
so
Because
while
that's where the
I'm
body
doing that,
shaming comes
Yep.
from. That's
Oh,
where all of
please, the
that.
no, no,
bullying,
thank you.
the you
Yep.
mean
Yep.
girls, all this stuff.
At
And
least
you
we
Yep.
know,
were able to leave school and it would
yes,
stop.
Right.
it
We
doesn't
didn't have
leave
the
Now
now.
online
it's
presence.
24/7.
Yep.
These
It
kids I
doesn't
feel bad
leave.
for.
It doesn't leave. And so,
Right.
even in our
So
house, it's like,
unfair.
okay, like she brings her phone out, like we plug the phones into charge in like the living room area. So she doesn't take it
Yeah.
into her bedroom at night past a certain time. She doesn't get it
Yep.
until the morning. And I'm
Yeah.
not trying to be a policer, but I'm trying to
Right.
keep her in as much as I can in a space where it's like I'm being protective of you in a way that's like I don't want you to suffer the same crap that I see other people suffering, It's like it's
Absolutely.
Yeah.
unnecessary. And so but that's just my
Big
thing.
facts.
Like I get everybody has, their own stuff. And the other thing is that especially in that young age and actually as somebody who grew up needing validation, I found that, social media becomes an addiction because
Yes.
like you
Doom
said,
scrolling.
well, yeah, and you're posting because you want that validation, bro. Like you want people to come on in, like they got to say, and then like I remember being in places, before my healing and all this and awakening is like you check to see how many people are liking you, like how many people are liking it, and how anybody comments, and what it's like
Hmm.
what? Like, it becomes like another part-time job
Yeah.
that people are doing, and I see it
No.
happening, and I'm
No.
like,
Oh, you're
so
fine.
when I awakened, and this probably happened to you too, G, and it sounds like Tali, this is happening for you too, is like I really limit my time on it now. It's like I'm there for, what we do here, and maybe once in a while I'll post something that's, nice for our family or friends or whatever to kind of get a
Yes.
glimpse into
Yep.
our life, but it's
Absolutely.
genuine. It's not like I
Yeah.
don't need them to comment or anything. It's just kind of
Nope.
like, hey, we're still alive. This is what's going on with us. It's more
Yep.
information than it is
Yeah.
like, hey,
Yeah.
you want to love us or whatever. It's like, I don't, I'm very happy that I don't need that anymore because
Yes.
you become a slave to that. And it was awful.
Yes. Yep.
Um,
Yeah, and it was calling
and
in all the wrong things. I'll tell you that right now. Like I was
yeah,
purposely doing it for like the thirst traps were literally just that.
yeah,
Like I was
yeah.
I was and you used to call me and be like, "Yeah, so you have a thirst trap?" I was like, "Yeah."
Oh, I would call your
I
ass out
was
on it because I'd see it. I'd see it.
Yep. I,
Oh
I I was
man.
doing it so I could like kind of weed out people or whatever, but my god. My
Yeah.
god. I'm like
Yep.
and I'm
Oh
this is
yeah.
me. I'm
You
not
throw
anything
listen,
special.
I'm
And
telling you
I will
right
tell you
now.
Yes,
what.
you certainly are.
The
Yeah,
what
you can't say that now,
yeah,
girl. That's why they're
right.
coming. Because
But
I'm going to tell you,
but
you don't realize how attractive your light is, okay? Like if you put it out there, I'm going to tell you, it is like a moth to a flame.
yeah, but
I'm going to tell you right
yeah,
now.
but oh my god, it was like, it's the ones that are in relationships. You are
That
in
don't
like
matter. That
all of
don't
that stuff
matter.
calls in and you're like, "What?
That don't matter.
Why would you for a 1 second in your in what about me says
That
that's
I
going to
want to be
be
involved in
a
that.
thing?"
Yeah.
What? Get the fuck out of here.
No, it's
So
just
yeah, I I was guilty of it, like you said, the gutter monkey stuff, I was guilty of that. That's, part of me trying to, I don't know, figure out what the hell was happening and trying to have, I guess, again, it was like control, validation, like, okay, I got all that in the wrong
Yeah.
way. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not doing this anymore. I'm just going
Yeah.
to stay over here and just
Yeah.
not anymore. And then I think even like after that, in my next situation that I entered, I think like for me, because I knew from the beginning it was, something that it wasn't something I knew it was different, we'll just say that. And I think that one wasn't for validation. I think that one was for, like, I think I was convincing myself at that point. Like, "See, this is gonna be great. It's gonna work out just fine." And I knew. Like,
Yeah,
"Nah, it wasn't
I
gonna work
think
out."
if I made an observation about that situation, I think you thought you were finding security, stability that you may never have had, that you found partnership with somebody who was equal to what you were bringing to the relationship. You didn't see it as some of the energy that used to chase you that were like dogs with a bone, type of
Yeah,
deal, okay?
exactly. Oh,
It
yeah.
wasn't that.
Because
It was
literally
like
couldn't chase me like a dog with a bone. No
no,
bone.
and so there was, it was different, and so you were like, "Okay, maybe this is what it
Right.
is."
Well, yeah.
But
Again,
man,
because
no, no,
yeah, that went
no,
really,
no,
really left.
no.
And
You
it just
know,
became enabled,
yeah, and the thing
entitled.
is like, yeah, so this has all been eye-opening to me, like, especially with social media and things, and,
Yeah.
and then, with a twin flame journey, this becomes really, really difficult, okay?
Mhm.
Because you feel the most feelings you've ever felt in your whole life, okay? Things you
Mhm.
can't explain, okay?
Yep.
And I remember when this started for me, spirit came to me very clearly and was like, "You hold the line and you don't cross it." And you don't go into that space at
Yep.
all anymore. And I'm
Yeah.
like, okay. It was like because it's not your role as a divine feminine. Like you don't chase, you don't need validation. You just leave that to marinate and you let us do what we need to do. And I was like, okay, and I'm telling you at first that is like torture because you feel all the things. Boy, that starts all of the wheels
Mhm.
turning, doesn't it? And that affects everything inside of you because you feel all of that. You feel the need for validation, you feel rejected, you feel abandoned, you feel isolated, you feel, the silence, you feel like, cuz like in our family, like we grew up with the silent treatment. So that was wildly triggering, for
Mhm.
me, any kind of silence with people when you want to express something you can't, that's really hard. That was a really hard wound for me. But you make it. You make it. So if you are being called to do it, it's hard. You take it one day at a time and you celebrate the small victories that you have. You're like, I didn't do something that I really wanted to do today, or I didn't, go and post a thirst trap on social media, or
Nope. None of it.
I didn't perform, or I didn't reach out, or I didn't do any of the things that I know I wasn't supposed to do. And you take those little small victories and you celebrate them. And over time, they start to build where you become strong in yourself and you start to see, like, yeah, right, you're right. I don't need to do that. I don't need
Right.
that approval. I don't need to create thirst traps to
Nope.
capture things I won't want anyways. So it's like,
Right.
why? Why you laying that fishing net? You don't want most of those
Right.
fish anyways. And the one that you were
Good God.
probably trying to catch wasn't even in the vicinity. It's kind of like, nah.
Swimming in a whole different ocean.
Yeah, man, like, you don't it's like, listen, now you become when you see that, you're not a social media fake anymore. It's like, you don't do that. You don't have to do it. And I actually the reason I limit my exposure is because, like, I get overwhelmed. Like, I can't take it. Like, I can't take it. And then, like, how I said last week when I was really triggered about people's end of year reels. My
Yep.
God, I was so triggered because I was like, "Yo, you think I can't read your energy through these screens? You think I
Yeah,
don't
you got
see
extra
you?
spicy.
You don't think that I know what is up? Like, please." And that's why it triggered me so bad because it's so inauthentic. And it was like, who are you trying to convince? Me, you, other people? Like,
Mm.
who? Who?
Yep.
Why am I looking at all this when it's not even real? Oh, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I'm gonna get going on that again. But anyways,
Knowing he's got an
it
account on
Don't.
Grinder.
you know, it's like, listen, if you're doing fake stuff on social media, I don't even know what to say about that. People are just gonna do it until they're awake.
Well, well, here's the thing. All right. So if anything will hinder you, just hear this. Like, people that are awake see right through that shit. So if you're
100%.
trying to fake it to make it and whatever, and you're like, ah, look at my life, it's so great. Even influencers, like,
I
I've
see
seen
it.
some influencers crash out because
Mhm.
they have to fake it every day because that's their job.
Yep. I
And
get it.
they crash. They crash out and they crash out hard. And
Yep.
once they do, then you're like, oh yeah, well,
Yeah. I mean, that's a
but
really
people can
good
see it.
point.
People that are awake can
Yeah,
see
if
it.
you're in any kind but that's a really good point. When you just said that, I just started hearing something. If you're somebody who has like a scene type of position or a public facing position and you are grinding and being inauthentic, you are going to crash at some point. This is a warning because I'm telling you right now because you're not built that way. You're not wired
Nope.
that way. You can only do it for so long before
Right.
I'm telling you, and maybe, hey,
And
listen,
and
that'll
and
lead
if
to
you're
some of
not
their
being
awakening.
authentic, if you're not being authentic and you're still getting the hate because everybody gets hate.
Everybody
And
does,
if you're
yeah.
not being authentic and you're still getting that hate, then you have to keep trying to alter yourself to try to fit into whatever box they're trying to put you in so you don't
Mm-mm.
get that hate because you feel like you need that validation. So guess what? When you come out and you're like, bitch, this is who I am. Like, hate on me if you
Exactly,
want. Shit ain't
exactly.
changing. Shit is
Yeah,
not
because
changing.
I don't need you anymore. I don't need
Nope.
to care about you. It's
Nope.
like, being a giant and they're like, slinging like little stones at you. And you're like, are you kidding me? Like, I don't care about that anymore. Like, I don't care. And that
Yes.
wasn't the case before. I wasn't the giant. They were the giant.
Yeah.
But now it's
Yep.
like, no, I'm becoming the giant now. It's like, yeah, go ahead
Yeah.
and sling your little
Yep.
pebbles at me. I don't care.
I don't give a shit.
That's not gonna
I don't give a
stop
shit.
me. It doesn't
Right.
stop me from knowing who I am, and,
Mm-hmm.
the reason that I'm doing this as Nancy in the gym class is because I want people to know that you can feel amazing, like, you
Yeah.
are amazing. You don't
Yes.
need all of this. This is what we've been
Nope.
taught to do. It's like,
You
you are
don't.
an incredible person underneath, and what really, and again, emotional Nancy, apparently, I'll get really emotional about it because the people who I can feel their energy, like that I've been with or around or I'm connected to energetically, and I feel them, but then I feel what their current state is and what their future potential state is, it makes my heart break because I feel the difference. And I'm like, oh my God, and so what I start to do is like, this might be terrible. So please don't hate me if you're connected to me and this starts happening to you and I found this for you, like whatever. But it's like I start praying for these people's awakening because I know that if they go through it, they're going to get to their real selves and not be under this horrible layering anymore. I mean, maybe somebody did that for me along the way, or maybe actually no, I did have somebody tell me that they did that for me or they had been doing that for me for a long time, and so I do think that helps influence So it's like, I hope that, people are faking it out on social media. Like, we start to see more authentic things than we do fake
Yeah.
things. I would love to see that tide turn. And for people to be real and to be like, it's not all sunshine and rainbows all the time. And like, I love sunshine and rainbows when they're authentic. I think that's wonderful.
Absolutely.
I love that. It makes me feel so good. It makes my heart feel good. But when it's not, oh God, that is
Yeah.
gutter monkey. Okay.
100%. So enough with the negative Nancy.
Yep.
Nancy,
No,
it's
I'm
time for
positive
Tully time.
Nancy.
I
I'm
know.
Oh,
positive
no, you're
You
Nancy
just
she's
now.
went
she's the
negative
positive Nancy.
Nancy.
She's not
Yeah.
negative.
Yeah. I know. I
No
know.
way.
Okay. So, okay, Tolly, what you got for us?
I
Okay.
figured I'd just finish the series with this week and next week
Oh, I
because,
love it. The go to fuck to sleep and then
yeah, so
fucking eat or whatever this one
this
is.
one is you have to fucking eat.
Oh my God. I love
Yes.
it. I love it.
So
I remember
love
that
that.
stage all too well.
I'm shocked I didn't buy you these.
You bought me Go the Fuck to Sleep for Lily because I remember
Okay.
reading it.
Love it. The sunrise is golden and lovely. The birds chirp and twitter and tweet. You
Mm.
woke me and asked for some breakfast. So why the fuck won't you eat?
It's so true.
The bunnies are munching on carrots. The lambs nibble grasses and bleat. I know you're too hungry to reason with, but you have to fucking eat.
Yeah. Did you? Oh, man.
One
Okay,
grape and
I'll
some
hold my
crackers are
comments.
good.
Right?
Yep.
Your cute little tummy is rumbling, and pancakes are your favorite treat. I'm
Mm-hmm.
kind of surprised that you suddenly hate them. That's bullshit. Stop lying and eat.
That's
I call
exactly right.
bullshit.
One day they
Right?
love it, the next day they hate it.
Yep.
Yep.
The giraffes pluck the tender young leaves up. The mice snack on seeds and on wheat. No, sweetheart, I can't make spaghetti. The fucking meal's served. It's time to eat.
Yep. Where you become the short order cook, I refused. I
Yep.
was like, no, no,
No.
no,
My dad was
no.
like, your mom made this meal and you're gonna eat it.
Exactly.
Eat
And
it.
if you won't, and if you don't, then there's breakfast in the morning. You won't die.
Yep.
It's fine.
Absolutely. If we were both pandas, I'd know what to feed you, but seafood is scary. We're leery of meat. Half the food at the market is probably toxic, but fuck it. You still have to eat.
God. Fuck it.
Fuck it. Whatever. It's
You're not
toxic. Yeah,
finished
whoa.
and no, you can't go to school in pajamas, a hat, and bare feet.
Huh?
Whatever. Put shoes on and bring me your plate. My old diet's the shit you won't eat.
That is exactly how I used to eat. It was like whatever
Right.
she didn't eat became
Whatever
my
she didn't
breakfast, my
finish.
lunch, my dinner. Was awesome. I ate like that for
The
years.
sloths and the lemur,
Sad.
the chipmunk and cheetah, the slow and the sleek and the fleet. Share one thing, my love. They make less of a mess than you fucking do they fucking do when they eat.
Yeah. Where they would wear more of their food than they would actually consume.
Sure.
Huh? Yeah.
How was school, hon? Well, your lunchbox is full. Why are you not passed out in the street? How is it you're smart? How the hell are you growing when you basically don't fucking eat?
That's exactly right.
You know who loves dinner? A duck-billed platypus. But I know
Oh.
I'm facing defeat. This spoon feeding shit makes me wonder why the fuck we weaned you from the teat.
So true. So
I hope
true.
you
That's
know it's
easy.
super special to go to a restaurant. Hey, back in your seat. You shitting me? The whole menu's crap to you, but the roll on the floor that you'll eat?
True.
Yum, this looks great. 5 big bites, my darling. Fine, 3. But don't try to cheat. A lot of kids don't get asparagus. So show some
Wow.
fucking respect for them.
Yeah. Good luck. Oh, you're getting a kid to eat asparagus? Good
Mhm.
luck.
Right? Now you're hungry? Tough shit. Kitchen's closed.
Yep.
Have some warm milk. For me, scotch. Neat. Pancakes? Yeah, right. It's bedtime, child. It's too goddamn late to eat now.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they'll do. wait before bed. Oh, I'm hungry
Uh-huh.
though.
Okay, one pancake and that's it. You're exhausting and I'm fucking beat. And tomorrow we've got to rise early as roosters to fight more about what to eat. Whoops, sorry.
God, I remember those days.
I'm pretty sure that you're malnourished and scurvied. My failure's complete. But on the bright side, maybe this is the night you'll go the fuck to sleep.
Oh, perfect.
And
That's
God, I love
amazing.
that because that is so true. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, I remember those days. And now that she's at the teenage stage, now she wants to take stuff off of my plate. And I'm like, hey,
Yep.
you already ate all your shit. Now you're eating mine. She's like, hey, mom, you got to eat it faster.
Get
I'm
over
like,
here.
oh my
I'm getting over
God.
here.
Okay,
I'm getting
fine.
over.
that's so funny.
Anyways,
God. Wow.
I
All
think every
right.
Hot
kid likes
mess.
to test their parents
Yep.
at dinner time, at
Definitely.
least.
Oh
All the
yeah. Well,
time.
now I watch
Whatever.
my grandkids do it, so I'm like, yeah.
You're like, enjoy that.
Yep.
Okay, let's wrap up our episode. So those bees came in hot with their affirmations like, fuck off, and my intuition is on point, and eat it, and
Mhm.
whatever else. So that was amazing. I didn't even get to an affirmation other than my dog, my dog cup. I
Which
have
is
songs from the
awesome.
90s that have started haunting me about spiritual awakening and journeys that I'm on. Perfect.
Uh-huh.
We talked about how your soul is your greatest asset. So, you know what? You got everything you need inside of you. And so I really do hope, I know it's tough to, we're not going to sugarcoat it. Awakening is not easy, but if you do, or you are awakening, or you will awaken, okay, which is, our hope, that you are going to come fully into who you really are and your purpose and all the cool stuff that's inside of you that you learned how to mask and how to bury. So, like, not yelling out that you're gay in this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You know, that sort of thing. I don't know why that wouldn't have been appropriate.
That's so great.
So,
I don't know. I might have been awake at a young age. Who knows?
yeah.
Who knows? I was
Yeah,
awake for a
hey.
little bit. Remember? I said fuck off when I was like what, 5?
Yeah, you did.
Do it your
You
fucking
did.
self. Got my ass beat.
Yeah, when you were told to wash the
That's
dishes.
awesome.
That was
Yeah.
incredible. Okay.
Wow.
And then
yeah, so I wouldn't.
repeat yourself. And I was like, I
Yep.
said, do it
My
your
God.
fucking self.
And you wonder
And
why your awakening came with a lot of like fire and, anger and whatever. And
Yep.
mine was just,
Yeah.
a puddle. So we talked about how now I am positive Nancy in Livy's
Yeah.
class, cheering up
Yep.
people. And I have some feels about
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
And then we talked about, faking it on social media.
Yeah.
That's just
Whatever.
rough.
Energy.
Mr. B, he don't like that either. He don't
Sorry
like the
about it.
fakes.
He agreed. He was
So-
like, that's some
See?
bullshit.
We talk about some gutter monkey energy, and he's either humping my purse or barking.
He knows. He knows. That's perfect,
Yeah.
Tully. And then Tully taught us the, challenges about,
Hold on. Hold on. Mr. B is losing his mind right now.
of getting
We are
children
trying
to
do
eat.
something.
We are trying to just wrap it up, Mr. B.
Thank you,
Mr. B
sir.
is having all the feels about something. Maybe he's coming
He
online
is.
too, the way that you did, where
Good
he's like,
Lord.
Right. Right.
Barking at everybody.
Also, I said we're just trying to wrap it up, and all that I thought in my head was, look, if you're looking for that validation, make sure you're wrapping it up. I don't. So that came to me.
God. So you don't have even more problems to uncover and unlayer when you do awaken and you're like, oh, hey, we need to have a conversation about something that I can track that will be effective for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, you don't want that.
Sorry.
So
Okay. Mr. B is all handled now.
if you're chasing tail, take care of yourself
Yeah.
first, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
You'll have enough to worry about uncovering if you without that.
You can be
So,
real mad.
that's big mad status right there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's all we got for you. We'll catch you guys next time. See ya.